Hello guys, welcome to the stream. Just going to do a quick audio test before we start. Hello guys, welcome to the stream. We're here in Motorsport Manager for season number 2. Season 2 of this series. So hopefully this season we'll have a better car. At the moment it's saying 5th best on the grid. We're just about to go to pre-season testing. Remember the last episode we made the car for this season, went through all the stuff that you don't really do anything for, just all the months of just skipping through, and we arrive finally on the 14th of March, yes, to have a go at some pre-season testing. So we've got to, we've already designed our livery, we've already got everything sorted. All we need to do now is literally get into pre-season testing, see how our car is, sort a few things out and whatever. We've only got 8.5 million, so money's a bit of an issue for us. So hopefully we can find some good sponsors this year now, because we're not doing great on the money front with this team. So yeah. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get ready. Remember, we had last season, obviously BMW have gone up now. I think Cadillac have replaced them. Have they? I don't recognise any of these drivers or anything, so... No, they were in the GC Cup last time, so it's not Cadillac. Who's joined them? Maserati. It might have been Maserati, actually. We'll click on one of their drivers. Nope, they've been in the GC Cup the whole time. I'm struggling to see which team. Oh, RJN. I think it was RJN Motorsports. Yes, they were in the GT World last season, yeah. So, they were in the GT World and they went down. BMW went up a series, so that's our new opposition, RJN Motorsports. But we'll go ahead and get started. Another Japanese team, actually, so that puts it up to 4 Japanese teams in the series now. But there we go. And we may as well go ahead and start pre-season testing. So we'll get into it. Click start testing. It's what's that, 5 hours long pre-season testing, so we'll just have to wait for it. Obviously it's skipping a lot quicker than 5 hours in reality, but we'll just have to sit through it. You can see drivers are actually pretty happy right now. We're 5th and 6th on the timings, so much quicker than we were last season. They're getting some more time on the track now. So last season we were the 6th best car on the track, so that equates to about between 11th and 13th. Is what our ideal pace should have been. So 5th to 6th, I don't know what exactly circuit this is on, but yeah, this is pretty good actually. It's a pretty good showing. This is on average speed and fastest lap and top speed and all that stuff. And you can see, in terms of the engine department, you can see some teams have had a number of issues with their cars, particularly a lot of oil leaks and whatever, but we're actually really good here in 5th and 6th place. They're checking out some wonderful laps. Quintarelli's done 87 laps now. You can see Webber's very happy, but Quintarelli's not happy. But in the end, it's 5th and 6th place, so you've got to be a bit happy with that. And that's really good. That's a massive improvement on last season. Remember, we have done a few upgrades to the car from last season, so that's probably why. But yeah, it's amazing. That's really amazing. So we go into this. We're still apparently only the fifth best car on the grid, despite the fact the preseason did not suggest this. Target. So I'm going to go for middle. It's going to give us a bit more money per race because we really are struggling right now. Because last season we managed, we went for 10th, and I think we finished 8th. So we'll go for 8th, which is the nice middle ground. I don't want to go 7th, to put too much pressure on me. So 7th, we have got to go a little bit better than last season then, rather than 10th. No, 8th, sorry, we've gone 8th, is what we've estimated. It will give us a cash boost as well, so that'll take down the amount we're losing per race, but it still won't be that good. Oh, hang on a minute, I've just realised a bit of a mistake I've just made. This whole time I could have been improving our car, so you can see at the start of last season, all our parts started off at 85% reliability. Here, they've all started off at 55% reliability, so we've got to work them up. Oh dear, we're not doing good, are we? I'm not happy with this, that's annoying. That is really, really annoying. So it does mean we are definitely going to have some massive reliability issues with our first race. And so are the other teams, definitely. But, you know, we've got the engine out of the way, which is generally the worst thing to have to bother repairing. But you can see we're very slow at it for some weird reason. I don't know why we're so slow. We're not usually this slow, but it's probably because there's so many and there's so much work to be done. But yeah, that is a pain. Hopefully our car this season is a lot better. I don't really know where do we sit in terms of teams. This season, again, our engine is still the worst on the grid. It's really needs some work, this engine. So I think right away we'll design a brand new engine. Especially because in this series it really matters. And unfortunately, we can only add a risk level. We honestly can't do anything, which is really a shame. So this engine will be useless. And there's no way to reduce it. There's no way to remove a risk level. So unfortunately, it does appear that we're a bit stuck on the engine side of things this season. And then here, look, there are some good ones here. So what we'll do, we'll just build one that gets rid of the red zone a little bit. Actually, we'll do the... So what we'll literally do, fuel efficiency. No, you know what, we're going to go with red zone minus 10% because it's just a nice reliable engine. It might help us later on. The red zone is where it gets into unpredictable territory and we have issues. And then good, you can see there, look, there is plus 25, plus 15 to max, plus 20, plus 40 during qualifying. There's lots on the good that we can use, but unfortunately average is really poor, so we'll just have to use that. Now I haven't got so much money to play around with here this season, unfortunately, but we'll try our best. There's no rule changes in this season from the last, so it's all exactly the same, 9 rounds. Nothing has changed in terms of the cars or anything. This will probably be the last season of this because, well, yeah, I want to finish this series on 2 seasons. Maybe we'll come back for a 3rd at some point, but it's only really a short-lived series. We've got, obviously, the new flight sim coming out and whatever, so I want to really be focusing on that. So that's coming out in probably, I think... what, 2.5 weeks now it's coming out, so not long. Now, the bonus of this being our 2nd season, we have actually got, you can see here, we have a setup already done from last season, so that should be pretty decent. I still forgot to look at how long the race was. I'm a moron. Why do I always do that? I always forget how to look at how long the race is, and it's always a pain. And then we'll load this one, which is Dubai. And you can see everyone's all happy at the moment. I think we'll do mediums. I fancy taking it conservative. Because last season, wasn't this the first race where all the teams went out on inters? No, they started the race on dry tyres or something when it was raining. And they got totally messed up. So we're going to do race trim for now. Race trim and mediums. Remember, very short practice sessions here in this series. So, probably not helping us the most, those short sessions, but we should be alright. Right, out we go then. A very long lap from what I remember, Dubai, so probably won't do great in terms of the knowledge, but we'll try our best and see how this car has progressed from last season. So, 5th and 6th in... 5th and 6th in pre-season. You can see we've actually just gone last out of all the teams, and you can see there 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 11th, 12th. Not good. Do you remember, obviously that was our first lap. And of course we were on... Yeah, okay, so apparently, despite what we were seeing in pre-season, this car is still pretty terrible, to be fair. And we're losing a lot in Sector 2. We're going ahead and bring both of them in now. And whack them onto a set of softs. You can see they're pretty happy with their setups, particularly Quintarelli. Obviously, I think this might have been Quintarelli's setup last season, actually. This was the one he used, so it makes kind of sense that makes sense that he likes it. But there we go. We'll go with that. Quali, 3 laps, and Super Softs, send them out. And Webber is a little less happy with the setup. Again, Webber wasn't even part of our team at this point last season. He was a mid-season addition because of how rubbish Sasaki was. He wasn't the best of drivers in the world, that's for certain. Right, continue. And Quali trim, 3 laps, super soft, and away we go. So, only level 1 of knowledge. Unfortunately, that's just how it is with these things. Now, yeah, we are actually last, which is worrying, given, you know, the fact that apparently in pre-season our car was amazing. So, I don't know what happened there. Something's gone a bit wrong. For some reason, we're terrible in that second sector. You can see even on softs, we're not really doing that well. You can see there, we've gone green, with Quintarelli, so it is a little bit better. I think this car has got more pace on the softs than the mediums. It's definitely got loads more pace on the supers. So I think we're going to use super softs for the race. However, come on, let's get level 2. No, we almost got level 2, but we just missed out. That's a shame. But yeah, our car has much better pace on the super softs, as does all the other cars, really. All the cars that were on super softs were quicker, but we still weren't that good. Right, into qualifying then. Obviously we're going to use super softs here. I have sort of messed up a bit. I haven't really done that good with getting all the qualifying levels, and they hated the setups. So we'll just reverse pretty much everything we did to make it that they don't hate it anymore. And again, Mark Webber just totally opposite side of the scale. And take qualifying, send out. We want to send them out literally immediately, in the hope of getting 2 laps in. I really don't think we can get 2 laps, but we'll try our best. We'll try our very, very best. But there we go. Right. Come on, then, see what they've got. So Webber's just gone purple, and no one's taking it off him. There they go. The green. Oh, Cadillac are looking quick this season, I've got to say. Cadillac were not really up there last season, but they are clearly very fast this season. That's worrying. That Cadillac aren't so quick. We are 5th and 10th. Webber actually set a pretty good lap there. We're not going to be able to set a second lap, unfortunately. It's a 1 minute 47 lap. Oh, come on. Right, if I just set them out immediately, no changes. I'm not going to do any setup changes. We should just make it with no hassle. I can't really do a tyre change, though. I can't afford a tyre change for Mark Webber. There's not enough time. So out they go. They might just make it. It's going to be very, very close. I think it's... Come on. Come on. No, they're not going to make it. They're not going to make it. I wasn't sure if they were. Obviously, we couldn't have really done anything better than that, what we did there. So, that is that. We end up 12th and 21st. That's not good. Quintarelli, 21st. Our car is not as quick as should be, but yeah. Right, how long is this race then? I still don't know. How long is this race? I don't know. Right, car setup, change setup. There is 38 laps, so we'll be able to do. We will be able to do a 0 stop on the mediums. I think that's what we'll go for, because I'd rather do that personally. I'd rather just go with the 0 stop on mediums because, well, it's just easier really, isn't it? It's quite nice for the drivers. It should be, hopefully, you know, quite quick maybe. No, not quick, what am I on about? I mean, like, it should be pretty good, pretty, obviously the fact that we're on those medium tyres be quite nice for the drivers. Just one, you know, just one stint, hold everyone up maybe. I don't know. Oh, I should have been pushing on the start. Everyone else is starting on soft, so maybe I should have gone with something a little different. But we'll try for the zero stop. I don't think our car really has the pace for it, but we could potentially make a zero stop work. We just won't have to. We won't be able to push at all anything. But who knows? Maybe we can pull it off by doing one less stop than everyone else, or even 2 less stops in some cases. Maybe we can pull it off with it. You know, maybe if we have a quick car, quick driver, maybe something will be able to happen. But unfortunately, I mean, Quintarelli's had a pretty decent start, but Mark Webber, Quintarelli's gained 1 position. Actually, he's gained 3 now. Mark Webber's actually lost like 1, 2. He hasn't done great. In fact, this has been a rubbish first lap for Mark Webber. In fact, Quintarelli's actually ahead of him. We're 15th and 16th now, and there we go. Quintarelli goes ahead of Mark Webber, and then Mark Webber somehow finds his way into 11th. In fact, he's got a purple second sector, Mark Webber, so maybe our car has some pace. No! He hit someone, and he's got a drive-through penalty. No action taken. Phew. We're lucky. Also, I've only just remembered, we won't be able to do a zero stop. We're going to have to pit for repairs, aren't we? I'm so dumb. We're going to have to pit for repairs anyway. There's no way we're getting away with this race and not pitting for repairs. Because, well, that's just how it is, isn't it? That's the durability at the start of the season. It's just that bad. Which is where we get a chance to make up on other teams. Maybe if they have to retire, or if it's worse than ours, we'll get lucky. Unfortunately, we're falling back now, probably because we're on the mediums. And our car just isn't that quick either. But yeah, 11th. Unfortunately, we are dropping back. Just a touch. We'll give them a little bit of high on the fuel. See what they can do. The leader's now got a massive gap. I think, is that RJT Racing? Yeah, it is. SRT. No, SRT. Where's RJT then? I'm pretty sure they're the team that went down. Here they are, RJN, that's them. And they're in another Nissan, that's interesting. So we have got a fellow Nissan team in the series. Hopefully it will be the better of the two. But you can see there, we're just not really doing anything good. Hopefully our car condition, but last season, you know, the car condition dropped by about 45% per race, and the red zone's at about 20%, so you only have, you know, we'll be in trouble by the end of the race. There will be some durability issues for certain, because last season all our parts were starting from 85%, and we almost had some durability issues, so I can guarantee we're going to have some durability issues. There's no way we're not, but no one's pitted so far in this race. So nothing too crazy. I think there was one drive-through earlier on for someone. Quintarelli setting some personal best laps there. Unfortunately, you see, right now Mark Webber's just in 12th, sort of chilling. Nothing too good for him or bad, just average. We've got much better fuel efficiency on this car now this season. We're doing pretty good with the tyre wear as well. Although maybe, you know, the one stop would have been a bit of a better way to go, because I did forget, of course. We've basically got a guaranteed, we've got a stop in this race. But right now, just sort of fast forwarding through all of it, there's not really much to look at. We're still in 12th and 17th, in a bit of a train here, really. We're going very quick, though. Mark Webber is continuing to set green sector times right now. I don't know, I guess his tyres are maybe in a pretty good place. But he's setting some nice quick laps. And you can see at the moment, it's looking like the tyres will last it out till the end. Which is pretty good, because if everyone makes a pit stop, we will be able to come out ahead of them. But, of course, you know. Also, it looks like Quintarelli must have had at least 1 or 2 lockups, because he's actually 10% lower on the tyre wear. I don't think Quintarelli will be able to make it the whole way. But Mark Webber, I think, could make it the whole way. Quintarelli might be a mad dash on the soft tyres at the end. Even though they have the same tyre wear, I think Quintarelli did have a few lockups, which cost, like, per lockup you get about 5% of damage sometimes. You can in this game, so that's probably why. You can see last place is pitted and they're having to do repairs, so you can see already whoever's pitting is always having to constantly do repairs, and it looks like one driver has a loose wheel nut and has had to come back in. That's not good for them, but yeah, it does look like there's not really much going on for us right now. Everyone else is pitting, but I'm hoping we can avoid reliability problems for this race, but it'll be pretty lucky if we do manage it. Now, I think right now, you can see there he's already complaining. Webber's complaining about the engine, Quintarelli's complaining about the suspension, so you can already see there, look, we're probably not going to last the full race. We're gaining tons of spots right now as everyone pits for repairs and everything. Webber's actually set purple first sector there, amazingly. He's going pretty quickly, actually, Mark Webber, right now on these slightly warm tyres. So I think I may go on to some super softs. I don't know. That engine is really looking bad. We'll wait until they need durability things. I think Quintarelli will put him on the softs now and push them like mad. I'm going to try and avoid part fixes if I can. So we'll see what we can do. I don't think I'll be able to last, but if one of the cars retires, I guess that's what I'll have to sit through. But I want to try and get there without needing to do anything special on the car. I want to see. Alright, we'll push the tyres as well. We'll be able to push them like mad now on these softs. You can see already there, Webber's actually got some reliability with the engine. You can see plenty of cars are now pitting for reliability related things, and now Quintarelli has a problem too. So I'm going to have to try and go on as long as I can. I really would love it if I can avoid reliability issues. We'll pit Webber onto some softs now. We'll fix his engine. It's going to add 20 seconds onto the time. I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that, but it's going to cost him 3 positions. No, I'm not going to fix it. This may sound stupid, but I have a feeling we can jump a few cars and then just hope it doesn't fail, because we've only got 9 laps. It's not long, and we'll just have to hope they don't fail. I reckon we can do this, because obviously a lot of other cars have had to pit for repairs, so by avoiding that we've gained so much time. So even though we're losing time with some problems, we'll gain it all back with, well, just the quite easy fact that we have quite a nice sort of thing, quite a nice strategy going. And you can see Quintarelli's having some massive reliability issues. The issue is because they're now in the red zone, someone's just retired with a mechanical issue, so you can see it is now starting to affect a lot of cars, this problem. We've got a purple second sector though for Webber, and in fact he just set the fastest lap of the race, so we're clearly not going that slowly with those problems. I did use a lot of overtake mode in that lap, but even still, it's a massive improvement that, to be setting a personal best there and purple lap. And you can see we're actually trying to get past 3rd place. So despite this, apparent problem with the car, we're actually doing really well. We're into 2nd place. Now Yamamoto is hunting him down and probably will try a pass, almost certainly. But we've got tons of tyre wear to play with, so I can just go attack and push away. You can see here, purple, another purple lap there. It's amazing how we're doing with this. I mean, even despite the tyre heating issues, it's not, despite the fact that the tyres do go a bit nuts in this, it doesn't really matter. We're able to just push away. 2nd place, come on. Let's do this, and we'll do the same for Quintarelli now, because he did have a bit worse tyre wear, but he's still doing pretty good. And you can see there, look, last lap, we're actually reeling the leader in a little bit, but probably not enough to catch him. And we'll get fastest lap and 5th place for Quintarelli. This is what I said about, reliability. Yes, we've got a reliability problem, but the fact that we were able to stay out and not have to fix it has meant we've been able to come out home in 2nd and 5th, we're actually leading the Constructors' Championship here. That's amazing. That's really amazing. That's good. And fastest lap as a bonus as well. And I'm not sure if you get a point for fastest lap in this series, do you? You might not. But yeah, it's pretty amazing. See there, look, there we go. In the end, 2nd and 5th. And obviously there's no dominant BMWs for this season now, so that's good. Well, there you go, that's really nice. Let's save. Waiting. There we go. And you can see there, look, everyone else, everyone did one stop, apart from Subboy, who had the tyre issue, and then actually ended up DNFing, so not nice. But in the end, yeah, we did really well there. Is anyone breaking the rules? I don't assume they are at this early stage of the season, really. Nope. No one. Such a bug, that. But I think it's when they say no action taken. Like, it said, like, he didn't receive a drive-through, but I received a message at the bottom to say he had. It's when they say no action taken. That's what I think it's a bug. But you can see there, look, I don't think we did get a bonus point for fastest lap, but we still get 18 points plus 10. That's 28 points. That's amazing for us. We didn't really have the pace to that, to be fair. We really didn't. But I think it's the fact that we didn't. All the other teams bothered to fix their reliability issues. I just like, yeah, whatever, carry on. It was okay in the end, so didn't even cost us much time. So clearly it was okay. Unfortunately, we are losing 2.5 million per race, though. That's going to really be a problem for us. I need some more sponsors urgently. I think we just lost PlayStation as a sponsor, so we'll get someone else now. I'll try and do like a bonus sponsor, like finish 10th or above or something, because they always give you more money. So if I can do that, I'd love it. You know what, I might save some money by dropping the driver. Look, he's 800k per race and we don't use him, so if I fire him, it'll put in a nice temporary staff. But it's going to cost me 5.5 million, I can't do that. The fact it's going to cost me 5.5 million means, quite simply, I can't do that. Got some lovely pit crew here in waiting. So we'll have a look at our have a look at this. There it is. Obviously, all our staff are sort of better after last season now. They're much more chilled out, much better. See, there we go. We've solved that. Right, interview BBC. Rip. For some reason, the chairman doesn't like that answer. And see there, it was pretty amazing. We actually lost it. How's that possible? Park condition dropped 69% on average. It started at 55. Are you saying it ended up at minus 14? On average, the parts ended that race on minus 14%. I don't think so. And here we go. We have now got some sponsors to choose from. And you can see here, look, straight away, 14th or above, 300k per race, which is more than these two sponsors, which is really good. 300k per race, boom. It's still not that good, to be honest, but I'll accept it. Money's money, really. This team is definitely struggling for money. Can't really afford to buy any parts now, but yeah, not good. Designing engine has been finished. Now this engine is terrible. We just literally designed it. Actually, it is a little bit better, so we'll give that to Weber because he seems to be struggling a bit. And what we want to do straight away, we'll improve that. Actually, no, I don't want any. I'm not going to focus on any performance-related stuff now. We've done a little bit of work on that, so I want to do the work on that and that and that. Actually, we won't bother on the engine. We'll do those, and then you can see that 11 days after the race, it's going to be complete. We'll let it go up to about 70%, because for now, I just want to get all of them up to around 70 before I focus on anything else. You can see there now, around 70. So I can now do the gearbox, which is really struggling, and the new engine, which obviously needs patching up. We've only got 5 million though. It's not good for us. This we've only got 5 million. So I'll have to drop. I can't really drop the amount of money for next season's car. But we'll have to try and get through this season, and then from then, just try our best, I guess. That's great. Bad news for insert name, because there's no name. Miguel Ramos' boss unemployed. Because he's unemployed, so it's so silly, but yeah. That's great, that is. That's so silly. Whatever. Right, and there we go. Let's go ahead and get into the Black Sea GP now. Our car is now slipping back a little bit on the grid. We're not going to have as much pace as we did before. That's obvious. You can see there, look, we're still going to be losing 2.3 million, which isn't good. 2.3 million. I don't know how to make it better. That's the problem. I just don't know how we can make the car better with, how we can make more money. We just can't. Also, we can get rid of Sasaki, but we don't have enough money to do that. Right, there we go. Mark Webber and Quintarelli there. We should have a setup save from last season. Or not. Was this one of the weeks when I didn't save one? It is as well. I must have not got a setup that was good enough to save or something. Because there were a few tracks like that where I couldn't actually get a setup that I thought was worth saving. And again, how long was the race? I don't know. We're going to do super softs all the way anyway. As I saw in last race, this car is clearly far superior on the super soft tyre. It's quite obvious, in fact, that that's what they're doing. So we're going to start off with a race trim for now. And we're going to go out the garage now. How are they side by side exiting the garage? How does that make any sense with the Honda? With that extended camera view. Hoping this car's pretty quick though, but I mean, saying that, in practice we just haven't been very good. I mean, again, I think our pace during that first race was a little bit fake. We weren't really as good as it suggested. It was literally that all the other teams had reliability issues and we just didn't. Quite simply. I'll bring them in now. Maybe they'll be able to get level 3. I don't think they can though. And the setup's not very good. That's a shame. Yeah, setups are quite important in this game, really. They are just... I do like to get it right in the middle of the... of here, but again, right in the middle of the mechanic suggestions here is clearly not very good. You just got it's basically just like tinkering as well, unfortunately. It's just like... Just have a little look, see what's best in each car. Obviously, every driver has their own sort of preference as well, so it is like got to work. Yeah, I have to try that then. Obviously, again, unfortunately, obviously in this game, a lot of the drivers are sort of, they tend to be, some of them prefer a certain setup. Obviously, I tried the same setup. I had one saved from Season 1 for Round 1 of this season. Actually, I'll change that in the, I need to change the overlay to say Round 2. And it was the same setup, but they do have different opinions of it. But generally, it's a good way to start. We'll go ahead and send everyone out now. We'll see what they think, our drivers, of this setup. You can see straight away there, qualifying trims going up quite quickly actually there, so I don't know, we'll probably be able to get like level 2 maybe, with these short practice sessions. There's not a lot you can do, but obviously, hopefully we'll be a lot quicker now on qualifying trim, possibly, I don't know. Driver's not doing too bad. We're not going to be as quick, we're not nearly going to be as quick as we were in that first race. We weren't even quick in the first race, it was just luck. But the fact that the teams had such poor reliability, and I just ignored it. And you can see there, level 2 on the race and the qualifying trim. That's pretty decent. You can see setups there. Excellent on Webber, so we'll have to apply that to Quintarelli to give that a look. See how decent it ends up being. And then obviously, actually, yeah, we'll have to copy most of Quintarelli's setup. We'll probably give Quintarelli's setup for the handling to Webber and speed balance to Quintarelli and see how it all works out. You can see there, people just finishing their last laps now. And there we go. Not bad. 10th and 15th was it? 10th and 16th in the end, so not too bad. It's about the pace that we really should have. So that first race was just a bit fake. But in that first race, we only had level 1 of knowledge. So having level 2 and level 3 of knowledge will really help us. So you can see, yeah, we'll move the speed balance across on Quintarelli just a touch. We'll move it to the other side of the bar, but not too much. When it's good, that doesn't mean you have to move it a lot. Cornering will go the opposite, the other extreme, really, and then we'll probably balance the speed balance like that. And the handling, just, I don't know, something like that. We'll see how that ends up being. And then if we look at Mark Webber again, we'll just try the opposite then for both cornering and handling, making sure that the speed balance ends up remaining the same. Like that, and we'll try that out, see how that is, and continue into the next session. So I go and immediately send them out because we should just be able to get 2 laps in it. So it's actually, we should easily get 2 laps. It's quite a short lap, this one, the Black Sea GP. It's about 30 seconds quicker than Dubai, so it should easily be able to. We should easily be able to do something good here. We'll see how our drivers perform. So Quintarelli goes out. Again, I'm not expecting a ton of pace here, but should be nice to get something. See, Quintarelli is actually 9/10 off the pace. I think Webber did a pretty amazing lap there, actually. He's in fact still in 5th, although that will drop. Okay, we need to send them out pretty much immediately. That setup's really not good. We're having some problems here getting a good. It's like last season, trying to get a good setup. So I think we want to go. I don't know. I think the speed balance might actually need to be like slightly off the edge or in the middle there. We'll try in the middle. If that doesn't work, we'll have to go a bit extreme. Looks like cornering, we want to move back towards the centre just a touch. And handling was great. So I think we'll keep handling how it was then. And we'll try that. So out he goes. And Webber. Good, great, and excellent. Okay, just the cornering that needs solving now. Cornering should be somewhere in the middle. And then we'll move the speed balance back, I think. And then we'll let the handling do what it did naturally. And that might just tick it over to excellent. Go ahead, send them out now. Once they've finished their setup tweaks, they can be out. And that'll be well enough time to set a second lap. Now, the AI don't always tend to set a second lap. Quintarelli actually had quite a good out lap as well, so it may help us. You see there, actually, Webber went purple briefly there before. There's actually Yamamoto just behind us, I think, was improving, but you can see there Webber actually goes first and then Yamamoto couldn't knock him off in the end. Don't tell me we're starting from pole. Webber is in a pretty, this is obviously why we signed Webber. He's a pretty amazing driver, only Fisichella now, who is 2/10 off the lead, so it's not looking like we're going to have, and yeah, Fisichella goes 5th, so there we go. Amazingly, first place for Webber. The car should not be there. I'll say that. The car really shouldn't be there, but somehow he's managed to pull off an absolute craziness and end up first. So that's really nice. Obviously, no bonus points for any of that stuff in this series, but it's still nice. I got our sponsor money for 14th or above. But yeah, we're starting from the front now then. That's quite big. Starting from the very, very front of this rolling start. Setup-wise, handling actually went back to how it was before. So I want to just tweak the handling and then get the cornering back and the speed balance back. There, that should be good. And then, well, it'll be probably super soft, then super soft in the race. One stop. And again, Quint's already set up. We still haven't got it right for the cornering. We'll do what we had for Webber, which is all the way round. And then handling, we'll let that move naturally, and we'll keep that with a speed balance. Hopefully that's a half-decent setup. I don't know why, it's always impossible, seems, to get a setup here at the Black Sea. I want to be pushing them. Definitely Mark Webb, we want to be pushing off the line. Because he's right at the front, want him to get a good start. And push on. So, there was a rain forecast for this race, but we haven't had any yet. There's nothing on the weather forecast. So, you can see here, look, for once, starting from the front. I don't think we're going to maintain this start from the front. But, you never know. Oh, actually, second place went massively wide there. However, we haven't actually started yet. Yeah, second place has somehow ended up way behind us. I'm not really sure how, but that has left a massive gap for Webber to just escape. I'm going to set medium on the fuel straight away then. Let him save his fuel for later in the race. And let him just get away, because it seems... Oh, never mind. Yamamoto obviously there maybe was using some higher fuel. Remember, we do have the worst engine on the grid as well. So it's not really expected that we do much there. And you can see there, just every straight is going to be the same. We're very good in the corners, this car, but it's terrible down the straight. Every straight he's probably going to try and get past. And I can't really be pushing the tyres anymore either, so... Because somehow, despite the fact that I picked the top engine supplier, and I do, last season we did work hard to make parts for it. Whoa! Quite already up into 6th place. Despite, didn't really push him much at the start, but... It appears, though, despite the fact that this car is apparently the 6th best on the grid, so same as last season, and the engine is the worst on the grid, somehow we're actually pulling out a lead here. We've got a 2.5 second lead and counting. Pretty amazing, really. And just if we can just maintain this and save the tyres, then that'll be really good for us, this. You can see right now I'm actually conserving the tyres, and we're still pulling away, which I think is absolutely amazing. And Quinteray's finding way up to 5th place, so this is the best I think we've ever done as a team. I don't know how we're pulling so good. He must just have like a wonder setup, or has he got like a... I mean, he's in a form of 10, so maybe his form is helping him out a touch. But you can see he's setting purple sectors here, doing really well. So pretty nuts this. Although Kyle Vitz just set a good lap, so maybe he's down in 10th, so maybe he had a bad start and is maybe pushing his way back through now, I don't know. Because you can see there, yeah, Carl Witz is really on the move now. He's probably going to be the one challenging our lead later on, I think. Quinton already actually set a purple first sector, so... Oh dear, I've left him on overtake for too long, that's why. Rip. Luckily, our fuel efficiency this season seems to be so good. Last season, our fuel efficiency was terrible, but this season it seems as if we're able to recover from things like that quite easily and quickly. You can see there, he set a best lap. Kyle Vitz is coming though, he's in 6th place, and he's constantly setting quick laps. The Renaults, actually only Kyle Vitz, he won the first round. One of those Renaults is looking so quick this season. We need to make it to lap 25 really, otherwise we'll have to go on to a set of mediums, which I'd rather not do, so... I don't know, we are struggling with some tyre wear, I think, possibly. Both drivers. So we'll have to just try and stretch these stints as far as is possible. We've got a 3-second lead right now, so still pretty good. And we improved the reliability on last race, so we should have less reliability problems. Yamamoto is closing up to Webber now. He's probably pushing like mad, actually. I think he's got better tyres. Actually, it's about the same tyres. Someone's just retired there with a mechanical issue, and amazingly, Quintarelli's actually in third. So, you know, but Karlovitz is coming. He's got Quintarelli, so straight away we're in a bit of trouble, I think, here. We've got some worn tyres on both drivers. We're going to have to wait, though. I can't pit just yet. I'd like to go half distance, really, because that means we should then be able to do it, in theory, the other way around as well. We should easily be able to do it both ways then. So we'll go to... I won't be able to double stack them because it's a 10-second pit stop and they're only 8 seconds apart. But we'll pit Webber now. Obviously, he gets priority. And we'll do a fast pit stop. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk a fast pit stop to help him stay in the lead. You know what? I think we will double stack because we're doing a fast pit stop. What I'll do a balance with Quintarelli and I'll just ease him off. Go low, back up, slow off, and maybe we can just get away with it. I think we might. No, we didn't quite get away with it there. We lost maybe 2 seconds. So not too bad, but maybe not the best idea. He's not very happy with stacking them, Quintarelli, but obviously... Unfortunately, it's when we had to pit him in because of tyres and whatever. Now, I'm watching for when everyone else pits. Make sure we come out ahead of them. No. Is there rain on the way? I just saw a car... No, some cars have gone onto Inters. Hang a minute, I wouldn't have gone onto Inters yet. We've still got ages. I think they've gone onto Inters a little too early. Right, since there's going to be Inter period then, right, attack. Massive, massive attack. It's one thing I never do in this game is check the weather forecast, but I do think they've actually done it too early. I do think they've done it far too early. And only a few cars have done it, look, and it's still not here. Still no rain, and meanwhile we're pushing. I mean, yes, they have got a whole pit stop, but you can see Yamamoto's losing so much time. We've actually got a free pit stop on him now. And here it is now, started raining, but, you know, we've already gone through the tyres. We'll probably go one more lap now. We'll probably... Because the thing is, remember, it has to actually pick up as well. It's going to be Inter's conditions now, till the end. Is it time to pit? We'll go one more lap, I think, with Webber. And then pit him now. So we'll do balanced, and because obviously, you know, we have to wait for it to get a little bit on the track. You can see there's the recommendation, and there we go. We'll both do balanced pit stops. I don't want to risk it, and you can see there, look, we've absolutely wrecked these tyres, and we've gained a massive lead apart from one car that hasn't pitted, so that's got a massive bonus out of this. But I'm now pitting for Inters. No double stack this time. Which is really good, and you can see straight away, look, despite a small mistake, he's still in 5th place. He's not the first car on Inters, though. He's the second car on Inters. So that might be a little problem. I don't know. Those top 3 cars, I mean, I do think Bleekelemon, he's put himself in a great position because of the fact he didn't pit. Now, these tyres should easily go to the end, so we should be good. Matt Campbell's just retired. Oh no, Webber's crashed into someone. Yes, no action taken. That was really, really not good for us. That was close. Now Green in the Cadillac, I think it's the Cadillac, is behind us. We'll be into 2nd place with Webber. Unfortunately, it appears we've had the win stolen away from us a little bit here with Bleekelemon, who started on mediums and has been able to basically just go straight onto Inters. Without the extra pit stop and without being on Inters at the start. So that's mad. Now, we're not even closing him in, are we? Somehow we're not closing him in. What I absolutely love now is a safety car. That's what would really shake this up. If we could get a safety car, that would be great. We're into 7th place with Quintarelli, so we're doing pretty good. But yeah, if we could get a safety car, that would allow us to catch back up to Bleekelemon, and I reckon we're probably quicker than him. You can see, look, the cars that went straight onto Inters, because being on dry, when it's dry and you go on Inters, you absolutely wreck the tyres. So they've absolutely ruined it, but you can see there. Oh, that's such a shame. We had such an easy win there, and one car had to do an alien strategy to just be absolutely OP and win. We're not even closing in. It's fluctuating between about 12 and 13 seconds, the gap. You can see there we are starting to get a few reliability problems now, but again, only 4 laps, so not really a problem. Someone's just retired, 14th place. There's lots of retirements at the moment, obviously. That's down to Oh, we need to attack these tyres, actually. We need to start attacking a little bit. But yeah, the only thing I can hope is that first place has a reliability issue. I'm going to push these tyres now, push to the end on this, in the hope. I don't think we'll be able to do it. That's amazing. He's done an absolutely alien strategy to somehow come out with the win here. It has actually started drying up again now, but that is it. Mark Webber's not quite a fastest lap. And there we go, second and first. We're second in the constructors now, which is still amazing for this team. And we're going to lose yet more money now at the end of this. But yeah, that was an absolutely crazy strategy. No one else managed that. Actually, no, quite a few cars at the back managed it. Just not quite as good. And obviously there was only, in the end, you know, plenty of cars retired. So, oh, that's annoying. That's really annoying. Oh, he did a Honda car. That's why he was so quick. The Honda isn't even slow. But yeah, that's a real shame for us, that. I don't know how that's happened, but been a little bit unlucky with that, haven't we? We've definitely been a little bit unlucky, but never mind. That is that. Right, next race. Please say the leader was disqualified. Please say they were so quick because of illegal parts. Ah, no, that's not the case. And that bug again, look, where he wasn't penalised, it still says drive-through penalty. It's so dumb. But in the end, though, that's a consecutive second place now for Mark Webber. And Quintarelli got a 5th and a 7th, so I don't think our car, I don't know, maybe our car does have the pace, but it definitely doesn't during practice. During practice, it's like so slow. I just wonder if that's like a bug or something. How are we like, we're literally like, you know, Quintarelli's first laps in practice was 21st. And he even qualified in like 16th. And then somehow he ends up finishing 7th. It's making our drivers very happy. Pushing up our marketability as well. But we're still losing $2.5 million every race. So we're only going to last for one more race. And then we'll be losing money, which is not good. I just don't understand what to do about the money front of things with this team. We really don't know what to do, because it's just like, you know, normally a team just loses money because it loses money in this game, and it's a bit of a weird one, how they lose money. What I'll do, I'll try and maybe fire... The problem is, though, firing a pit crew, look, they're literally 23,000 a race. You know, at most 26,000 a race, so they'll do absolutely nothing. Yeah, that was a pretty good race for us there. Pretty decent race. And you can see we're doing alright. But just the money, you know, how are we losing 2.6 million a race now? As opposed to 2.4. That's what I don't get as well. I'm positive that expenses keeps going up. How does it manage to go up when we haven't done anything? I can request additional funds. It'll give us 1.3 million, but it'll be very cross. So I'm not going to do that yet, because it's only 1.3 million. 1.3 million is not really going to get us anywhere anyway, that's the problem. 1.3 million is just not anything. I'm going to have to get rid of Sasaki, I think, and pay the money now. You know, it's going to put us into the minus. But I think that, because we don't need a reserve driver, really, and I think it'll massively help us. It's going to save us 800,000 per race, which in the long term is really going to matter. That is our problem, is we have got so many. You can see that we've just got a little reserve driver here. It is always good to have a reserve driver like this, because realistically, you know, you don't have to pay any money for it. You don't have to bother renewing the contract, so it does save you money. But it does obviously mean that if we do get one of our drivers is injured, and we have to use a reserve driver, I guess it does kind of backfire then. But I've never actually had to use them. I mean, touch wood. This race will probably be the one where they have a crash, and then I need to use them. But I don't tend to. Right, additional funds, please. No. He's only giving us 1.3 million. That's the issue. 1.3 million is nothing. So where are we losing all our money? You You can see drivers is where we're losing the majority of our money. Straight away, Quintarelli's cost. What? How is Quintarelli more than Mark Webber? That's not good. And then also next year's car is also an issue for us. Not really the pit crew. The pit crew aren't really massive. Neither are the travel costs. So straight away, I think it is and the designer's got quite a high wage too. But by the looks of it, it is simply the drivers and next year's car. But I don't want to drop next year's car because it'll mean we have a rubbish car next season. Which I don't say that we're not even really doing this season. Just thinking, we're not actually doing this series next season. I don't think. The plan is only to do 2 seasons for now. We'll probably revisit this series, but I want to focus on the new flight sim. So, you know, I'll do that to just get ourselves through this season. And also, realistically, if we finish up in 2nd rather than 8th last season, we'll get so much money for doing that it'll be worth it. We'll be given a ton of money for it, so it'll be worth it for us. What's this? Politics vote. Replacing Vancouver C with Vancouver B. So it goes from that to that. Now, again, this is not really a vote I care about, so I'm just going to abstain. I don't really care about track changes of layout. So we'll let everyone else decide on that. You know, if we abstain, games is a little bit of... Okay, the chairman ended up deciding that one, and it's gone against. So, still no rule changes anyway. Actually, they've been doing some reliability improvements. Let's do that. Let's do some more reliability improvements on the car. That'll get those parts fully upgraded. So, yeah, we are slowly making progress with our reliability, which is great. Hopefully, if we can keep this up. You can see there, look, they're up to 80%. So now, just these 2. And then all our parts and 1 engine. We'll make sure we're using this engine, by the way. And that'll be it then. That'll be everything on a decent... We'll make sure we are using the reliable engine as well for the next race. And that'll be everything. Nice and reliable. So hopefully it then won't fail. We've done pretty good, actually. Normally, the start of these seasons, they are very difficult. Financial management, what's this about? Concerns. Yeah, I know. So it does mean that we're not being able to improve stuff. Improvement to suspension systems, absolutely. So, plus 30 on the suspension, that's, you know, you can't really pass that up because it's actually going to be cheaper than getting new suspension. So it will really help us. And you can see our suspension is actually quite bad on this car. So that's hopefully going to give us a bit of a performance boost now. Plus 30 on all the suspension, that's really good. You can see that now it's only 1.2 million a race. So 1.2 million a race is much more decent than what it was before. With Sasaki, it was 2.6 million. So we've actually halved our costs. With, you know, as long as we finish 14th or above, we would have halved our costs. Right, get the overlay on to round 3 now. Normally I would only do 3 races per stream. I think we'll be able to fit 4 races in today. We've been pretty quick with it. And we should have a setup saved from Shanghai. Not Shanghai, Beijing. In real life it's Shanghai, it's Beijing in this game. I'm guessing we're probably going to use the softer of the 2 tyres, right? Normally the softer of the 2 tyres is the better way to go. Because as usual, I didn't look at how long the race was, which is so silly of me. We'll go with the default setup, however the speed balance is slightly out, so maybe the default setup won't be the best. The setup that we used, I mean, like last season. So we're going to do race trim, just focus on race trim, simple. And get him out, and then Quintarelli, again, just nice, simple. Out he goes, and we'll see how the car performs. So, again, I don't know, in practice at the moment, we seem to be really slow. I don't know, maybe it's something I'm doing in practice, but we seem to be a lot quicker afterwards. You go straight away, balance is spot on. Nice job with the weight distribution. So it appears that the weight distribution side of things, we've got exactly correct with the setup. Mark Webber just goes purple and then not purple. Again, I don't know what it is. Our pacing qualifying is always so bad. I mean, really, Webber's qualifying run was the only thing that actually suggested we even had pace in the race. So I'm going to try just going absolute attack. I think that's what the AI do. The AI just must run maximum attack for 1 lap. And then that's how they get such a good lap or something. Obviously, in practice, running out of fuel doesn't really matter quite that much, so... right, we'll pit them in now, as we're approaching level 2. Good, great. So you can see it's a pretty good baseline, actually. Good, great, 89%. So pretty decent setup. Probably just move the cornering slightly that way, and then move the handling slightly that way, and then just see how that pans out, really. Quali 3 laps. Away he goes, and we'll have a look at Quintarelli's setup now. Good, great. So again, pretty decent setup, probably a little bit higher than Webber's. 92, so yeah, 92, absolutely amazing. We'll move the cornering slightly to the left to get the speed balance in, and we'll let everything else just tweak naturally. And then we'll just get them sent out again now, and see what they can do on a quali trim. Now, this being quali trim, we can push the tyres like mad and push everything like mad. And try and get the best out of the car. Level 3 on Ultra Softs, we might be able to get... I think we'll only be able to get level 1 on the quali trim, unfortunately. But, again, you know, in my opinion, pace in the race is more important. Because this is going to be our last lap now, so... Does appear only level 1, but there we go. And you can see there, 3rd and 7th with the overtake stuff, so... Still not that good, really, but... And again, only level 1 on the quali trim, but... It's not the worst thing in the world. Why is the... I think there's been a bug. Why is the racing sound still going? It stopped now. Yeah, the racing sim noise was briefly going for a bit then. No rain. Don't know why I even thought there would be rain. I don't think there is rain forecast, was there? I don't think there was. Setups... We didn't do that good on the setups. In fact, we made them worse. Cornering, that's going to be bang in the middle for a great, I think. Handling went from great to good, so handling wants to go the other way. And speed balance stayed the same, so probably in the middle of there. We'll keep that. And then handling for Mark Webber has gone absolutely the wrong way. So back, actually, we'll just go right to the edge of the scale. Again, cornering for Webber will probably do that. Somewhere around there is probably going to be excellent. And then speed balance, again, went from great to okay. So speed balance is way on the other side of the graph, like that. Like that. And we'll see how those setups treat our drivers. So we'll go ahead and take qualifying. It's a 1 minute 35 laps. It'll be a bit hit and miss whether we manage 2 laps. I won't do any setup improvements, I don't think, to help us actually get 2 runs in, because obviously 2 runs is very important, because quite often they will make a mistake on their first run, or, you know, the track conditions weren't quite as good, or the tyres weren't as good, I don't know. But there's normally one reason or another as to why, you know, 2 runs is generally very helpful. They both set pretty much identical times, and those are basically slowest out of almost everyone. Now, on the way back to the pits, we should just squeeze in another lap. I think we should be able to do it. And you can see there, excellent. Handling has gone, that was great, and then good. So handling, we want to move a little bit further in. I want to keep the speed balance the same if I can. Like that. And we'll set him out like that. And that's 25 seconds, leaving 2 minutes 20. That's enough for a second lap. So we can do setup improvements. And Webber, speed balance, is there anything that needs tweaking? Great. So we'll move it further that way then, probably. And then we should be on for a pretty perfect setup for him. And again, 20 seconds, well enough time to send him out. And that means we've squeezed in enough time to do another lap. And many teams, in fact, I think many other teams will actually manage a second lap. So that will hopefully really... I don't know how many have actually got onto a lap. I think only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars have managed a second lap, so that will really benefit us, although still that 11th and 20th. So still not very good. We've managed to hit our qualifying objectives. 12th and 21st it'll be in the end. Still not that good though. Obviously we get above 14th, we still get our bonus, which is the bonus. We get our bonus, which is a bonus. And for some reason our drivers are on inters. Okay, it's looking like it's actually going to be very serious rain at the start here. So we'll probably start on inters, and then it's going to be like full wets, but so briefly we may as well stay on inters. It's that kind of weather. You can see that 3 purples and 2 purples and a green. That's amazing. Now, if by the looks of it, this weather is going to slip away very quickly. This rain, so we'll probably push these inters as much as we possibly can. And there we go for round number 3. And green flag is out. Obviously, we're attacking right from the start. It's a bit of a weird start because it isn't actually raining yet. It's going to be raining afterwards. But it's going to start raining pretty much immediately, so it makes sense to start on inters, really. Over dries. We've actually had a pretty good start here with Mark Webber. Mark Webber loves the wet. I mean, last season, even with the slow car that we had, he did absolutely amazing in the wet weather. So maybe that will show through again this season now. He's setting some pretty good laps. He's actually all the way up into 4th place. So he's clearly showing some kind of pace here. You can see that a number of cars have had a rubbish start. Look how many cars are having to pit on the first lap with drive-throughs or whatever. They've had a number of horrendous starts, which is going to cause them to make an extra stop. Now I'm going to stop pushing these tyres now because I would like them to last at least a little bit. That sort of pushed start has not really helped Quintarelli all that much, but it's helped Webber. The Renaults are now coming back through, and Quintarelli's crashed into someone. No damage. I don't know, no action taken. That's good. That's really good. See, they're actually looking for a way past 3rd place. No! No! For some, I don't know how, he hit someone and his tyres are dead. I'm going to have to go on to another set of inters, though. That's the problem. That's the real downside here. I'm going to have to go on to another set of inters. Mark Webber, what have you done? I'm going to have to go on to another set of inters. I can't do anything else. He's losing a ton of positions here. He's actually got a puncture now, in fact. That's not good. We're doing so well, and unfortunately, he's not going to even be on these tyres for that long. So what we're going to do is probably just push these tyres to the absolute limit. And luckily, plenty of cars have had that same disastrous start. It's not particularly uncommon for some reason. For some reason, it's happened to everyone in this race. Mark Webber's making a driver mistake. Now, for some reason, Green has just gone on to Ultras, and I have no idea why. That is the silliest decision I've ever... Why are they all going on to dry tyres? It's not going to dry down for ages yet. Are they mad? At this rate, I'm going to score tons of points just because of the stupid strategy they're all using. I'm into 6th place. Why are they all going on to dry tyres? It's still pouring. This is the wettest it's ever been right now in this race. What are they doing? Just what are they doing? We're into 1st place because everyone else has pitted for dries. And it is soaking wet. In fact, we're actually getting a massive lead out. Webber is actually up into 4th place now because of this. And Quintarelli's got a 13-second lead. He can get a whole pit stop on these guys because the track is still absolutely soaked. What on earth is wrong with this? What's wrong with their strategy? It's still absolutely soaking outside. Look, I mean, look at that weather indicator. It's not time for dry tyres yet. I think we're going to go one more lap, actually, and then I'll pit them. So pick Quintarelli now, that's nuts. Now Super Softs are probably not going to go the whole way, so I'm just going to go on Ultra Softs. We'll do a nice balanced pit stop. We've got so much time. They'll probably still get ahead of us, but it's absolutely amazing, I think, how somehow they've been able to do this. Why the AI has done that, I don't know. The AI do have some pretty strange calls when it comes to wet tyres, so I don't know. But there we go. Hopefully we can actually come out and still be in first. In fact, we will. We'll come out with a massive lead. Even Webber is in second place, so we've just... and we're on fresher tyres now as well. We're on really nice fresh tyres, so I think that's absolutely nuts what the AI has done there. Yeah, they do. They have very questionable strategy. I don't know what they were thinking, but you can see now we are setting green laps. You know, we are going quicker. I've come in at the correct time, which is probably what, 2 or 3 laps, 4 laps even after the AI. Quite a lot. It's very questionable. I don't know what the AI are doing. In fact, Webber's actually setting purple. So he's, as you can see, obviously we've got much fresher tyres than the AI as well, so we'll just be able to push further away. I think Webber will end up leading this race somehow. He's closing a lot. But yeah, it does almost seem silly, this does. But right now, we have just got ourselves into a first and second position. Absolute luck. Total luck. I have no idea how we've done that. Now, I'm guessing the AI will have to pit another time like us, so that should get away from any more crazy strategy. So as long as we can maintain this, there shouldn't be anything more in this race to deal with. Now, they are quicker than us. However, saying that, Webber is setting purple laps. I think Quintarelli's not quite quick enough in this car. So Campbell is catching... Campbell's catching Quintarelli, but Webber's driving away. Yeah, I've done that. I actually did the opposite last season. It was about, I think it was about maybe even like 7 laps until it rained, and the AI all started on inters and I started on dry, so I did like a reverse, I think. But yeah, it's pretty nuts. The AI in this game can sometimes be... They can sometimes be, you know, I think the AI level I'm running is like -3 on their strategy. Out of it goes from +10 to -10. 0 is the default. And I'm going to ask Quintarelli here to let Webber through, because Webber has clearly got more pace. There's no doubt about that. No doubt that he has way more pace than Quintarelli, and that means he'll be able to push away from the other drivers. In fact, they're already pitting some of the AIs, so they might struggle to get to the air. I think if they want to set a super soft, or even soft, probably can make it. No, ultras actually. It's ultra softs and super softs in this race. But if they should be able to make it to the end now. But we've got a far better strategy, clearly, and we're able to do this whole thing on ultra softs. The AI is still on super softs. So that's kind of a bonus of what we've done here. You see there, look, the AI are, I don't know, it's third place. Now, they're still not pitting the guys further back, but I think we're going to pit now. I'm going to pit Webber first. These ultras have gone quite a long distance. They should easily go the rest of the race. And then Quintarelli will time to push. And do an in-lap now. So there you go, get Quintarelli in now. So he'll be going 1 lap longer. And you can see, even though Webber is probably going to lose the lead now, in fact, he's actually only down to 4th, which is pretty amazing. He's actually pitted and come out 4th. So that's amazing. It shows how quick, you know, the car is actually not too bad this season, on top of the fact that, you know, just quite simply, we're doing all right. And you can see there, look, second place now, Webber, and he's making the move. There you go, first place is pitting this time by. 4th place is now just behind Quintarelli, Matt Campbell, so it doesn't look like we're going to get the 1-2 today. Quintarelli's just not... Quintarelli's not quick enough, I don't think, to make a 1-2 work. The car isn't really that quick, it's just simply luck, but at the moment, Webber is actually pushing away, so... Webber's showing the pace. And also, Matt Campbell's on worn tyres, so if we can possibly help, then you can see there, just push Quintarelli every now and then. It should hopefully mean that we can still get a 1-2, but that 1-2 is going to be difficult. I think Quintarelli is going to be a sort of roadblock to Mark Webber. Luckily, Mark Webber's actually quite quick in this car, but the same can't really be said for Quintarelli. I'll have to just push the tyres and hope for the best, really, I think. Try and get the tyres in optimum heating range and just kind of hope. But you can see there's actually still a 2-second gap, so that the dream's not over yet of a 1-2, but we're not dominant. That's the thing. We're not a dominant car. We're not like Mercedes in Formula 1. We're not just pulling away like mad. And Nielsen's just retired there with a little mechanical issue there. I'd love it if Campbell could could end up with an mechanical issue, but that's probably not going to happen. Quintarelli is now setting pretty okay sort of pace. He's a little bit off the pace, but not too bad. I think Mark Webber's actually the pace. I'm not sure though. See there, Mark Webber just set a personal best, so he's going quicker and quicker. Go for a nice quick lap here with Quintarelli, just full attacking. Use up all that fuel, go nice and quickly, and extend that gap out to 3 seconds now. And that's kind of the thing that we have to do here. Just have to manage this strategy. Every now and then have a proper push lap where we just push it. And it seems as if we've got enough pace to sustain that. What I think amazing is that Webber is actually leading this race, and he had to do an extra pit stop. Remember in this race, earlier on, he had to do an extra pit stop because he crashed. So the fact he crashed and ruined his tyres, went all the way back to the grid, did an extra stop, and then is somehow leading by 12 seconds. It's mad. It's because of how stupid the AI strategy was, really. Quite simple. We're going to be focusing on Quintarelli here in the final laps, trying to get him a pretty good finish. And see if we can push enough. We've got this. Now, Gomendi, actually, who's a new driver, we haven't seen him up here at the front yet, is now pushing, but he's got much more worn tyres. So if I can push... Come on! Come on! This is close. Right, medium fuel. We have to go medium fuel. No, that's Webber. Wait. Come on, quick, don't run out of fuel. Yes! We did it! We did the 1-2. That's absolutely mad. We just did a 1-2. First and second. I mean, obviously, that's because of the stupid strategy of the AI, and not really anything else. But, wow. That's amazing. Webber actually winning by 12 seconds, and Quintarelli just holding on to the lead there. Just holding on to second place. So that's pretty amazing. It does show how dumb the AI are, though, in this game. So at times, they can just be really bad. And that sort of helped us today. Honestly, if Webber hadn't crashed and hadn't had to do that extra stop, he probably would have won by about 40 seconds. So mad. Absolutely crazy. And then we can get tons of points for that. No extra money for winning, unfortunately, but it'll help us in the team championship, that's for certain. First and second. Although, so we're now first and third in that, and we've got a 37-point lead in the team's championship there. That's mad. Obviously, I don't think we've been able to maintain this season. I think the first 3 rounds have been very lucky, particularly that third race. My third race was pure luck, with the AI having rubbish strategy. But it does show that clearly that the car does have a bit of pace, though, because we were able to maintain third place just. If it had been another lap, I'm not sure if we would have been able to, but the car does clearly have some element of pace. We lost 1.3 million there. That's not good. Yeah, our financial sort of situation is not very good right now. I'm hoping to sign like a... Obviously, we've got one sponsor slot free now, and we've got 5-star marketability after winning. It did massively push our marketability up, so hopefully that'll help us a bit better. That was really good, that was. That was absolutely amazing. And yeah, that is us leading the championship after 3 races. I'm not really sure how. Right, what I can do now then, we're going to do one more race, then we'll finish the stream. Still going to do one more. But yeah, now we're left to sign a new sponsor. So before we were previously losing 1.6 million, so it was clearly we're still losing 1.6. So that means that clearly our previous sponsor, you can see right now, that's also our problem. All the sponsors I signed last season were ones that pay you initially and then don't pay you anymore, which causes us to lose quite a bit of money. I want to go for a fixed pay per race. Now, Magnet Morelli would make us loads of money, but then that does mean not using the other one. We're going to go with BASF, because they have the same amount as Maxwell House, but they're giving us it for 10 races. So that's going to help a little bit on the losing money front. It's going to give us an extra 340k a week. No, not a week. An extra 340k per race. And after the next race, we'll also get our primary sponsor slot. So if we can find one there, that's going to really help right the bank balance, I think, for this car and this season. If we can find one, because that's sponsor slot 1 is the one that pays you the most. It's normally where you get your big buck sponsors from. Actually, I need to improve the car. Should have been doing that the whole time. Now, reliability is now sorted in the team. So I think we're going to focus on improving our engine, basically improving the 2 worst parts of the car, so the suspension and the engine. Just obviously, if we can't, we haven't got enough money to actually build new parts, really. So it's the next best thing. Can I actually design a new engine, or will the game just not let me? I'm tempted to, because we can actually get some pretty decent engines going. Yeah, it says it won't let me, so unfortunately it does appear that we can't build anything else now, because we're losing money. So we'll just have to improve the car we've got, unfortunately, and hope we can get to the end of this season. And still, I don't know, I don't think we'll have the pace, even right now, I don't think we have the pace to really be up where we are. But if we have a few more a few more crazy races with stupid AI strategies, then will help. Right, it's a 33 lap race. 40% chance of rain on Sunday, so we'll have a bit of rain. Politics vote, 12 dry tyres. I don't really want that, but I don't really fancy that. So I'm going to vote against, I think, but with only a power of 1. Seems as if that everyone else is in agreement there. And on we go to Milan for the last race of this stream. Normally we can only fit 3 races in, but for some reason today we've managed to fit a lot more. Managed to fit 1 more race in. So you can see there, somehow we're still losing 1.2 million, even though I've put in extra sponsors this race. So again, I don't know what's going on there. I think it might even be a slight bug. Honestly, it confuses me a lot. But there you go. We've improved our engine, and we've improved our suspension as well. So obviously, I don't think we're going to go that well here, because Milan is like a copy of Monza, really. It's just straight line speed. So having the worst engine on the grid is not going to help us. So I can expect to be... This is the sort of track where the worst car on the grid, as long as it has a good engine, it can win. It's one of those circuits. We do have a setup for Milan, so I'll give it a go. Now, 33 lap race. We're going to do the nice 1-stop. I always prefer a 1-stop, I think. I have tried, but this series, a 0-stop just doesn't seem quite like it fits. It doesn't really seem to fit that well. We're going to do a race trim for both drivers. And just get them out there. I'm not sure how long the lap is. I can't really remember. There's a massive fluctuation in track temperature. I don't really know how, but the track temperature just suddenly rises all of a sudden and then drops again, which is random, in the space of like 10 minutes. Somehow that happens. You can see we're so slow. We're like a second off the pace. 1.7 off the pace, look. We're so slow here. So slow. So there's not going to, even with a strategy, it looks like it's actually going to be raining as well, which is not good. Now it's going to start raining. So I have to bring both drivers in now because of the rain. We're only going to get a little bit of knowledge on the super softs then. But yeah, we are so slow. I think, we are pretty much last on the grid. Now, setups, we're not going to do any change. I don't actually, why we're not doing any change? We do need to do a change to the setup, so we'll do that now. Like that, so that should be pretty good. And we'll see how that, actually I think we are moving that cornering slightly too far. Something small like that, and we'll set them out. And Webber, who we didn't change the setup of, will change now. Like that, and we'll see how that pans out. Right. Again, quali, 3 laps. Enters, and out you go. And we'll see how well we do. Obviously, unfortunately now, we almost got level 2 on Super Softs, but we couldn't in the end. Doesn't look like it's the best weekend for knowledge hunting, but never mind. We should get at least level 1 on the quali trim though, so that's kind of nice. Just not quite good enough. I'll bring them in now to try and get level 2 on the race trim because it'll massively help us in the race. Excellent, poor, and good. Okay. The handling is good, so the handling needs to go further to the middle. Cornering needs to stay the same, and we'll let the speed balance just do that naturally. Race trim, 12 laps, same set of inters, send out. Quintarelli's still coming in, and he's got a rubbish setup, okay. We'll transition him back to this setup then. So it went from good to poor, and good to poor, so handling went the wrong way, and so did cornering. That was good on the handling, so we'll set handling like that. We'll let the speed balance again just be natural. Somewhere in there should be the excellent. And race trim, 12 laps, same set of inters. Wait, why is it suggesting he goes on softs? That's weird. And out. Oh, did I send that? Did I send Quintarelli out on softs? Wow. How did I send him out on softs? Did I click on the wrong thing? Well, there we go. We didn't even get level 1 on inters then. Oh, that's... I feel really silly now. We managed to get level 1 on the race trim. Great, and excellent, good, great on the setups. I'm happy with that. I don't want to go any more faffing with the setups now. We're not quick, though. As I said, this circuit entirely relies on your engine. I mean, the whole circuit is practically one long straight. With very fast corners in between. So it's kind of useless. Being in the car we have. It's just, no. I'm never ever going to have a good result at Milan. You can see, look. Straight, fast turn. Straight, slow turn. Fast corner leading into another straight. Slow corner, straight. Slow corner, massive straight. It's literally the whole track is basically just straight. It's not good for us. Now we should be able to, I don't know, somehow we've lost 30 seconds of qualifying. It's meant to be an 8-minute session, and yet somehow, was I just chatting for 30 seconds? Yeah. So unfortunately we might not be able to set 2 laps now, thanks to that. Not that it's going to make any difference, we'll probably be last, either way. I don't really think we have any chance. Even though we did improve our engine going into this race, we just don't have the pace, quite simple. You know, we just don't have any pace because of our engine. We're not going to get time for a second lap, I don't think. Oh, I think we can have a second lap if we send them out immediately. They should just get a second lap in, looking at that. If they go full power, they should get a second lap in. No! No second lap. That was so close. If I just hadn't put them on another set of tyres... Although saying that, if I hadn't put them on another set of tyres, it would have been pretty useless. So, I'm not whether I actually made it in time to go back into the garage, so it's slightly broken that. So in the end, yeah. Basically last, 22nd and 23rd, we're not going to expect the same craziness we had last time. It's just, you know, unfortunately that's how our team is. Look at that, that's not good. We're like 1.5 off the pace. We're just not quick. Quite simple as that really, just not fast. Again, you know, it is literally the fact that we have no straight line speed. So it looks like it's actually going to rain going into the start. So what are the AI doing? Are the AI doing that thick thing again where they start on... Are the AI doing another stupid strategy? Right, I'm starting on inters. It's going to start raining immediately. Like, properly immediately. One block of rain. So I'm going to go for it. I'm going to start on inters. Well, I haven't really got anything to lose in this race now, let's be honest. This car is so slow round here with its engine that I have got no hope. So, apparently my tyres don't suit the race. Yeah, that's not right. We'll go high and high. I want to keep the driving style neutral, really. And who knows, maybe... You see, all the AI starting on the dry tyres. So we're going to lose time at the start. And then it's going to be so rainy and they're going to have to make another pit stop, the silly AI. So yeah, they're making another stupid strategy call, it looks like. That's now 2 in a row. Stupid strategy call. In fact, some of the AI are on soft. Again, I have no idea why. If I was to do a dry side start, I would probably push the super softs till they could go low longer. Is probably what I'd do. So it is so dumb that they've started on softs. Like, softs more than anything. That's even worse. And now, as you can see, we have lost stupid amounts of time to the AI. And yet, here we go. It's raining. It's already raining. That quickly. Not even a lap, and it started raining. You know? Why aren't we on slicks yet? The track is drying. No, the track is definitely not drying. Can assure you of that, Mark Webber. That's nuts. And to be fair, in the Black Sea, we also had some pretty poor rain strategy, but it didn't affect us. And here you are, you can see now, we're not actually catching up on the leaders just yet. It's not, I don't know, unfortunately, it doesn't appear it's actually going to get quite wet enough. Actually, no, never mind, it is still getting wetter. It's going to get wetter, trust me. Look at that, we're still falling back, actually. So I don't know what's going on here. It's raining, but we're somehow not closing in on the AI, who are on dry tyres. It's still getting wetter, actually, so I think we'll have to wait. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Here's the inevitable, which is just cruise past all the AI that have not pitted. Look at that. Already up into 15th place now. This is where we start to make our gain, yeah. So clearly we should have, the AI should have started. Look at that. They still haven't pitted, actually. But unfortunately we're not going to be able to have anything to show for this at the end. But there we go. Second place, and they still haven't pitted. That's what's silly. Like, we're literally in second place and they have not pitted. Now I'm going to conserve these tyres to help them last longer. However, it does appear it's actually going to go dry pretty quickly, actually, so never mind. Are they going to go through this whole period then without pitting? Is that what they're doing? Is that their plan? Because it is actually going to stop raining. Not yet, but fairly soon. So maybe that was their plan. But then that does mean they've absolutely wrecked their dry tyres. There you go, it's gone back to damp now, so it is levelling off a bit, but the slower cars, the slowest cars, really apart from the leader, have suffered, and it's actually going to pick back up again in a few laps, but I think that's enough dry running for us to get in some super soft action, and then just absolutely floor it on the super softs. But you can see there, look, I mean, there you go, they're setting purples now, so I think we're going to pit onto a set of super softs. I'm going to just go overtake mode, absolutely floor it now. I have to pick Quintarelli as well, so we're going to have to double stack, but I have got no choice. Unfortunately, that is literally how it is. It's not really my fault at this point. It's that, you know, it is obviously, but if he went on another lap, he'd probably lose more time. And there we go, we started last, and we're out in 10th. And we're on fresh tyres, which means attack. And the reason we can go attack is because it's going to start raining again later. So that's going to help us gain positions. Or maybe not, actually. I don't think it will help us gain that much. But you see, unfortunately, Quintarelli's back to 19th. But as I said, it's the best we can really do with what we've got. And you can see here, look, I mean, despite our poor engine, we're actually up into 9th almost there. That was very close. We're actually, you know, right now, just even 1 point is pretty good for us. And hopefully we can maybe catch the AI out again when it starts raining. Maybe the AI will be a bit slow to react, or maybe they'll come in too early. That's what they did in the Black Sea. They came in, like, far too early. It also means that I can push my tyres as well. That's the bonus I've had here. The fact that I can just simply push my tyres has meant, you know, that, you know, despite our car being slightly slow, no, and Webber's off the track. He's down to 13th place. That's such a shame. I'm going to stop pushing these tyres like crazy now. I'm hoping the AI do that silly thing again and just pit way too early. You can see already, look, they're going on to Inters. Oh, actually, no, never mind. They have timed it correctly this time. So we're going to pit Webber now. So unfortunately, you know, that their silly strategy at the start has cost them, but not as much as I would have liked it to. Now I think we can actually double stack. Our drivers are actually 5 seconds apart, so we can't exactly double stack, but we'll be pretty close. It'll affect Quintarelli less than it did last time. And you can see there, look, some drivers, they're on worn, massively worn softs, and they're not pitting. Oh, he is pitting, good. And they're on massively worn softs there, going on longer than they should. So we may gain... No, never mind. We didn't gain anything. However, I think, particularly Yamamoto here, 11% tyre wear, that was not good for him. So, Bleeker Molan has proceeded to go on even longer on these warm tyres. But at the moment, yeah, as I said, I knew we weren't going to be quick in Milan, so even with some slightly better strategy than the AI, we still weren't able. So we're gaining a lot more positions, but it's no points, unfortunately. But you can see here, look, 13th place. I don't know why they've stayed out. I really don't. But 13th place, that's better than where we were before. We can absolutely push these tyres now till the end. And maybe we can get 1 point. If we push hard enough, maybe we can get 1 point. I don't think we can, though. I don't think we're quite good enough to get 1 point, unfortunately. But at the end of the day, 11th and 12th is better than where we started. One car's still on the dry tyres. I have no idea what they're doing. We've actually still kept our lead in the constructors, though, because of the poor strategy by Honda with Yamamoto. I think he went a bit too long on those 11% soft tyre, you know. And then we go at the end of all of that. We come home 11th and 12th. Not bad. Really not bad, considering we started pretty much last. And maybe, if any of the top 10 get disqualified... Oh, wow. No, mine there's one more lap. If any of the top 10 get disqualified, then maybe potentially we could have something interesting here. And we do come home 11th and 12th. There we go. So yeah, not bad. Bit of a crazy strategy race. Yeah. 11th and 12th. We still keep our lead in the constructors by 2 points. So we're still third. No, first. What am I about? We're not third. First. Not bad. Not bad at all. There you go. And just load through here. We'll lose more money at the end of this weekend. We got our bonus in the race, but not in qualifying. So that won't help us a lot, but got a little bit extra money still. I'll have a new sponsor to sign as well at the start of next episode as well. Going through the scrutineering, please say someone was disqualified in the top 10. No, they weren't, but never mind. That is that. We still end up 11th and 12th then. Not bad. Mark Webber's actually still the leader of the Drivers' Championship as well. We might get, like, Manager of the Year at this point, but who knows. It'd be pretty amazing if we could get that on our Season 2, but yeah. Luckily, there aren't really any other pure straight-line speed circuits, so we can probably do better after that. Quintarelli's not happy with where he finished for some reason. We did lose 1 million there, so we're still losing loads of money. But our primary sponsor is up for renewal, so we'll renew that at the start of next episode, which will be in a week. I don't know what to do because we've got 5 more races, so it's not really enough to fit into one stream. But then I don't really want to have this series go on any longer than that, because I want next week to be the last episode of this because of the fact that the new flight sim comes out just a week later. So maybe I'll hold an extra, do an extra stream. Hello in the chat. Unfortunately, we're just about to finish, but I do hope that anyone who has been watching today has enjoyed. What's this? Yeah, our engine is awful. Unfortunately, that's impacted on our marketability. Then we're about to get a new primary sponsor. That's not good. But there we go. Yeah, hope everyone did enjoy, and be sure to like button and all the rest of that rubbish. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't know. We'll go ahead and save the game there. And yeah, join me tomorrow for the next stream. Tomorrow will be 8:30 a.m. BST. We're going to be flying from Reus to Gatwick. Reus is quite close to Barcelona. In a 737, Fly 2 737 to be exact. And then on Sunday, something a little bit different. Instead of some flying, we're going to be doing some tower controlling on Tower 3D Pro at Gatwick Airport. So something a little bit interesting there, but I hope everyone did really enjoy. I will see you in the next one, and I will leave you with the background music, and bye-bye!